The woman seen 3 days after she vanished November 14, 1998. 27-year-old Sarah Mitchell finished work shortly after 5 p.m. and drove back to her apartment in the quiet town of Brookfield. Security footage from her apartment building captured her entering the front lobby at 5:47 p.m. It would become the last confirmed sighting of Sarah Mitchell. The following morning, she failed to show up for work. At first, her co-workers assumed she was sick, but as the hours passed, concern quickly grew. Her phone went straight to voicemail. Text messages received no response. Family members had not heard from her. When officers entered Sarah's apartment later that evening, they found something unusual. Nothing appeared out of place. There were no signs of forced entry, no evidence of a struggle. Her purse was still inside the apartment. Her passport remained in a desk drawer. Most of her savings sat untouched in her bank account. A half-finished cup of coffee rested on the kitchen counter as if she had planned to return at any moment. Yet Sarah was nowhere to be found. Investigators immediately launched a missing person investigation. The case quickly attracted attention throughout the region. Friends described Sarah as responsible, dependable, and close to her family. No one could think of a reason she would simply disappear. As detectives worked to reconstruct her final known movements, they encountered another mystery. Sarah's vehicle had never left the apartment parking lot. The car remained exactly where she had parked it the night before. If Sarah had left voluntarily, how had she traveled? Days passed without answers. Search teams combed nearby woods, parks, and abandoned properties. Volunteers distributed hundreds of missing person flyers.
Command, I'm tracking the
lead
target
eventually
vehicle on the
went
east
nowhere.
exit. Requesting
Then,
immediate
3
dispatch.
days after
We need to
Sarah
move now.
disappeared, the investigation took a dramatic turn. A security guard working at a regional bus terminal nearly 50 miles from Brookfield contacted police after seeing Sarah's face on a local news broadcast. He believed he had seen the missing woman the previous evening. Detectives immediately obtained surveillance footage from the terminal. What they discovered stunned investigators. At 9:17 p.m., on November 16th, nearly 48 hours after Sarah vanished, a woman who strongly resembled her appeared on camera. She entered the terminal alone. She carried no luggage. She appeared to have no phone. For almost 20 minutes, she sat quietly on a bench facing the parking lot. She spoke to no one. She never approached the ticket counter. She simply sat there, watching. Several times, she appeared to glance toward the entrance, as though she were waiting for someone. Then at 9:36 p.m., she stood up, walked calmly out of frame, and disappeared. No other camera captured where she went. No buses matching her destination were identified. No witnesses remembered seeing her leave. The footage became the most important piece of evidence in the entire case. Image analysts later concluded that the woman bore a very strong resemblance to Sarah. However, one detail immediately stood out. She was wearing a black coat that none of her family members recognized. According to relatives, Sarah did not own such a coat. Where it came from remains unknown. That discovery created even more questions. Where had Sarah been during the previous 48 hours? Who had she been with? And why had she appeared at a bus terminal without purchasing a ticket? Over the following years, investigators explored
hang on a
countless
second. The
theories.
system's taking a minute to verify your
Some believed
clearance.
Sarah had chosen to disappear voluntarily. Others
The footage from
suspected
camera 7.
she had been
Got
abducted
it. Transfer
and later
complete.
released.
Good.
A few investigators
Make sure that's sealed
questioned
tight. We're done
whether
here.
the woman in the footage was Sarah at all. Yet none of the theories could fully explain the evidence. There were no financial transactions, no employment records, no confirmed sightings after the bus terminal footage. Her social security number was never used. Her passport remained untouched. It was as though Sarah had vanished from existence. More than 2 decades have now passed. The bus terminal has been renovated. Many of the original investigators have retired. Witness memories have faded. Yet the mystery remains unsolved.
The timeline doesn't
No one
match the
knows
phone
what
records.
happened to
Look
Sarah
here.
Mitchell.
But the witness placed him at the
No
scene
one
at 10
knows where
p.m.
she
The
went
phone could be a
after
diversion.
walking
Too
away
clean.
from that camera.
He wanted us to
And
find
perhaps
this.
the most
Wait, zoom in
disturbing
right there.
question
Enhanced
remains
sector gamma.
unanswered.
I've got
The
him.
woman in the footage
Facial
truly
recognition is
was
a go.
Sarah Mitchell. Who was she waiting for that night?